Technology advances every day, and with those changes, you might not have as much privacy as you may think. Whether that's online or in your day-to-day life, the law has been slow to catch up with this progress. In a WNBF News investigation, I take a look at cyber privacy or lack thereof. And an expert at CCU tells me there's a loophole in legislation that's helping law enforcement. These days, our mailboxes are no longer at the ends of our driveways.
I would compare an average email that has not been encrypted to a postcard. This person has integrated the quote.
Coastal Carolina University professor Joseph Fitsanakis specializes in national security. He says the words you write and send are not as private as you may think.
Anybody who is carrying that postcard to the recipient can read what it says because there's no envelope, right? A typical email is just like that.
And that's where your lack of privacy starts. Third parties or companies hold onto copies of everything you send or even save as a draft. But it doesn't end there. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and even your text messages sent through your cell phone leave you vulnerable.
It's hard to imagine life today without social media. And that, of course, has implications in pretty much everything we do. No human activity today in developed societies is untouched by social media.
But the law has been slow to catch up with the digital age.
This has been a pretty gray area of the law.
The Fourth Amendment was meant to protect a citizen's right to privacy. But the cyber world we live in has blurred the lines between what's private and what's not.
The Department of Justice actually appears to argue that when you exchange information online, so let's say an email that you send to a friend or a colleague, this information is stored online. As a result, that doesn't require a warrant as far as the Department of Justice is concerned.
More and more law enforcement investigations today include social media accounts, posts, and messages.
Well, this is a story WNBF News broke this morning.
Just earlier this year, a Conway man was the focus of an investigation after posts he made on Facebook caught the attention of the FBI. Benjamin McDowell, who authorities say had connections to a white supremacy group, was arrested in Myrtle Beach in February, reportedly intending to commit an attack in the spirit of Dylann Roof. And his sentiments about the convicted Charleston church shooter were all spelled out online.
A lot of these individuals who are planning attacks or are allegedly planning attacks or have planned attacks and executed them cannot resist the temptation to share this information with the world using social media.
The true scope of this privacy debate, though, is most telling in what you'd have to do to fully protect yourself. Fitsanakis says the battle over your privacy is out of your hands. Instead, it now rages on between private companies and the government.
I think that these types of issues will become increasingly more mainstream.
But the big question is, who should win that fight?
If you were to ask people this question today, they might say, yes, we don't want the government to intrude too much. If you were to ask them the day after 9/11, they might give you a very different answer, right? And this is a pendulum. It swings back and forth. And the political situation has a big role to play in these debates, typically.
Fitsanakis says the only way that you could become truly private is by opting out of basically life as we know it. And that means even cleaning out your wallet and getting rid of debit and credit cards.